So, a very good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all in this orientation session of Project Inclusion. I am Rashmi Maldaya, Senior Special Educator from Sri Aurobindo Society. And on behalf of the organization, I am going to orient you all about our Project Inclusion, about how it works, and what are the various stages we work on, and we will try to understand how we are working to bring inclusion in the schools in our country. So let's start the session. So, project inclusion, before we understand why inclusive education is required, why do we need to include children, let us see some data, let us understand certain things. So, when we look at the landscape of, you can say, disability in our country, when we look at the prevalence of disability in our country, we see that in our country, when the last census was done in 2011, at that time, around 27 million people were found with disabilities. So you can see this is a huge number. And again, then in year 2019, UNESCO conducted a survey in which they found that about 8 million children were found with disabilities. So you can see the numbers are very huge. Not only that, if we talk about the neurodevelopmental disorders, then the prevalence is about 18.7%. And if we talk about a specific learning disability out of it, so one in every 12 child is having learning difficulty, learning disability in India. And if we talk about the children with autism spectrum disorder, then we have about 2 million children in our country with autism. So these numbers are very huge. So you can say that it is very difficult to accommodate such children if we are not bringing inclusion. The only answer to these is to bring inclusion. As you know that many of the children, especially the children under the age of 5 years, they hardly reach the school. The children with disability, three-fourths of the children. I'll request everyone to please keep on mute. And in the school age children, that is from 5 to 19 years of age, one fourth of the children with special needs, they hardly reach the school. They are not able to reach the school. NEP 2020 also promotes inclusive education, that is the requirement of the time. And with this all data, what we are talking about right now, the number of special educators is very less as compared to the number of children with disabilities. And we are talking about these disabilities where the census was done only when 7 disabilities were recognized. Now, after RPWD Act, 21 disabilities has been recognized, so the actual number might be higher than these. So you can understand that the special educators are not enough in numbers in our country to meet the need of every child, and that is why we require inclusive education where the teachers can work with the children. So when we are talking about inclusive education, when we are talking about making the schools inclusive, what are the requirements? The first thing we require is a strong partnership between teachers and special educators. They need to work together. They need to work in collaboration. There should be experienced team of experts. The teachers should be very supporting. The accessibility should be till last mile. That is not only that we start a journey and we don't reach some position, some point of place where we can say that yes, we have succeeded in bringing inclusion. So the accessibility should be till the last mile. Everywhere it should be reachable. The technology, if it is technology driven, then it will become scalable and it will be very easy to reach. Moreover, language shouldn't be a barrier. So the thing, whatever program is there, that should be multilingual. Government engagement is very much important. We all know that without government support, it is very difficult to work. Then professional courses are required for uplifting the skills of the teachers. And of course, last but not the least, the parental participation. The parental participation increases the level of inclusion. in the schools also. So when we talk about all these, the parameters which are required to bring inclusion in a school setup, not only in the school setup, also when we talk, so right now we are talking about the school setup, but of course the society becomes inclusive. So for all these things, if we talk about project inclusion is addressing all these parameters. We address each and every parameter through project inclusion. So let's see where our project is started. So project inclusion started in the year 2016. At that time, it started on ground level. It started from Ghaziabad district in Uttar Pradesh, and we started training teachers on ground level. That it used to be 4 days workshop where the teacher were trained, and during that time, we were able to work under 14 states and union territories, out of which we can say that we had oriented more than 20,000 teachers. And these teachers, only before orientation, before their training, they used to say that they don't have such children in their classroom. We don't have neurodevelopmental disorder children in our classroom. But after the training was done, these teachers were able to identify the probable cases of more than 18,000 in their classroom, out of which we conducted 6,600 psychometric assessment which were found positive. So you can see the numbers were huge, but still looking at the country, size of the country, the population, the number of students in this country, this is not that much. And then COVID happened, and COVID didn't stop us. Rather, it gave us a chance to bring our project online. Instead of sitting back, the project was brought online. We worked on bringing it entirely on an online platform. It became an app based product, and as a result, the reach became more and more. We are able to reach every corner of the country, and with this digital leap, you can say that it became very easy for the teacher because we can reach every classroom, not only every, we are, when we are talking about the school, so we are there in every classroom at present. So this digital leap is very much effective. It is very much scalable. The reach has increased, and it is very cost effective because offline trainings are of course cost driven. But when it comes to digital, the app is free of cost, so we don't need to pay a single penny to do the course on this app. So the number of teachers who have learned from this course is huge. We'll learn about that later. So when we talk about the entire project, it is divided into three parts. First is sensitization phase. So let's understand the sensitization phase in detail. The sensitization phase, when we talk about a 17 module course. Now this 17 module course, the name, as the name suggests, learning difficulties, understanding and management level 1. This 17 module course, every module has around 4 to 5 small chapters with videos. So it is audio visual based course. So you can see videos, and after that, of course, reading materials are also there. If you want to read, if you like reading, you can read. And this way you have to complete 17 modules. These modules are arranged in such a way that you have to complete one module, then you can move to the second module. You can't skip a single module also. Now, what does this course contain? This contains information about inclusive education, information about children with neurodevelopmental disorders, what are their characteristics, how do we identify them. It talks about the classroom management of children with special needs, also about the policies and the benefits which are available for such children. So these, as I said earlier, the course is audiovisual based and it is multilingual. Right now we have in 8 languages: English, Hindi, Bengali, Assamese, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil and Telugu. We are working on our Punjabi content, and maybe in future more languages will be added to it. So when we are talking about the course, there are assessments also embedded with the course. When you start the course, first you have to give a small assessment. That assessment is not given any marks. That is to check your just basic information, how much you know about this field. And then you do the 17 module course. Every chapter has a very small assessment that again doesn't carry any marks. But the module assessment, at the end of the module, you have to appear for an assessment. It is all in the app. So you give an assessment at the end of the module where a mark, it is mark based. And once you clear it, you go to the next module. Similarly, when you complete the entire 17 module, then you give a post assessment which has questions from all the 17 modules, and then you get a certificate at the end. That is the course completion certificate, and your scoreboard is generated over there. So when you open the app, this is the first course that appears there. This is the course that has 17 modules, and you have to do this course as the phase 1. Other courses are also visible over there. These courses are disabled in the beginning, and they become enabled once you reach the third phase. We will talk about these courses later. So I'll just show you a sample video of our course material.
Dyslexia, understanding the disorder ABCDEFGHIJKLMNOPQRSTUVWXY and Z. You must be wondering, why are we revisiting learning alphabets at this stage? For you, these are simple alphabets. Within these 26 letters, you may be able to identify the vowels and consonants. Now, what if we say that this isn't the case with everyone? Meet Zoya. She's 6 years old. And this is how the letters appear to her. All that she sees is some dancing and floating shape. Zoya has a hard time connecting letters to the sounds they make and then blending those sounds into words. Since she cannot pronounce the words or recognize their sounds, she cannot understand the meanings. So, what's the case with Zoya? Zoya has a disorder called dyslexia. Dyslexia is a language-based learning disability. Students diagnosed with this condition face challenges in interpreting and processing language. The disorder affects an individual's ability to read, spell, write, and speak. While these students have a normal vision and are just as smart as their peers, they struggle with their academics, thus requiring the teacher to adapt to an individual's way of learning. In this series of videos, we will learn about some teaching strategies for students with dyslexia. Before we start with the sessions, it is important for us to know that a supportive teaching environment plays a vital role in making the classroom dyslexia-friendly. A teacher's understanding of specific difficulties and how they may affect the student's classroom performance is a blueprint for the teacher to plan and proceed with the lectures. From the next session onwards, we will begin to learn the strategies that can be implemented to teach the students having this disorder. Stay tuned.
So likewise, in all the 17 modules, you will have such videos, and also reading
Dyslexia,
materials are available, so you can
understanding the
read the reading
disorder.
materials also. Now let's come to the certification part. For every module, you will get a module completion certificate. Now, module completion certificate will be awarded to you. That is, module will be considered to be completed only when you score 50%. So the minimum scoring criteria is 50%. So if you are scoring 50% marks, you will be getting a module completion certificate, and you will be moving to the next module. If by chance, if the score is less, you can revisit the chapters, see them again, and again give the assessment. So once you complete all the 17 modules, then you give your final assessment. There your minimum scoring criteria is 60%. You have to get 60% score to get the course completion certificate. Now, if your score is very good, that is, you achieve 75% or more in your course completions final assessment, in that case, you will be awarded with a different kind of certificate, what we call as certificate of excellence. That is the highest certificate we are giving here. So I'll just show you the sample of certificate. This is the module completion certificate, and this is course completion. Here it is certificate of excellence, because the score must be more than 75%. Now, so once you complete the course, we consider that now you are equipped enough to understand the children. You know, you can observe them carefully. Now you can identify the children. So the second phase is our identification phase, that is the screening. We do the screening of the children over here. So when we talk about the phase, we are talking about a screening. A screening tool is embedded in our app only. You don't have to find any other screening tool. It is there present in the app. Now, when we are talking about screening doesn't mean diagnosis. So it is not a diagnostic tool that we can label a child on the basis of screening. Screening doesn't allow us to do any kind of labeling. Rather, it is just to identify if the child is having difficulty or is in doubt of certain disability. Okay, so that a reference can be given to the child can go further for further tests. So when we are talking about the screening, our screening tool has three phases. Screening 1, where we identify the children on the basis of 21 disabilities, generally which are prevalent in this age group. So according to that, this checklist is designed so that we are able to identify. So if a child is having a difficulty here, we see that okay, certain areas have come. You can say doubtful, that is a child. There is a doubt that the child is having difficulty in these and these areas, or at a risk of disability. Then your screening will move forward. Otherwise, the screening will stop there. Now, as our program right now is working with children with neurodevelopmental disorders, that is those hidden disabilities which we generally don't observe. So, the children found with neurodevelopmental disorders, that is those areas which are indicative of neurodevelopmental disorders, only those children will move forward. Otherwise, if there is a problem in a child which is indicative of visual impairment or hearing impairment, that is the child is doubtful in VI or HI, in that case, a recommendation will be provided for the child in the app. The child's screening will not move forward. So when you move forward in the screening, you have to fill the profiler of the child. So you will be directed automatically. It's not that you have to think how to move forward. So when you move to the next part of the screening, that is the profiler, where you fill the profiler of the child, that is the likes, dislikes, temperament, strength, what the child, how the child behaves mostly, what kind of learner the child is. All these things you can understand there. You have questions in the form of small you can say multiple choice. Somewhere it is in the form of yes and no. So there you can do that, and then you move to advanced screening, where you you can say that you understand the basic concerns where the child is deficit. If I say the child is deficit in academic area, so what is the main concern, whether the child is having problem in reading or writing or mathematics. If you say the child is having problem in reading, so what is the problem? Is the child doing any reversal, or is the child is skipping the word? So whatever concern, these are the different concerns that we identify when we do the advanced screening, and based on these concerns our phase 3 is entirely planned. So it is very much important, when you start the screening of a child, you should complete the screening till advanced level, unless the app itself tells you that there is no further problem in the child, and the screening stops there. Otherwise, you should complete the screening till advanced screening. Then only the screening is considered to be complete. Otherwise, it is not considered to be complete. So, the five domains that you can do in this advanced screening is cognitive domain, academic domain, social communication domain, behavioral domain, and mental health domain. So, these are the five different domains in which we do the screening. So the questions of the screening are somewhere like this in the form of yes and no. The screening questions are not, it's not that all the classes will have the same question, because we cannot compare a child of class 1 with a child of class 8th or 9th. So the screening question are designed in such a manner that every grade group wise, the children will have different questions. That is, of course, the teachers are filling. The teachers have to observe the child, and based on their observation, they have to fill. So the questions are arranged in this manner. That is, different questions for different grade groups have been given in the app. According to the child's class, the question will appear in the app. So you can see the report this way. The report will be available in your app, and this report is very elaborative. You can have such a, you can say, detailed information about the child. So when you complete the report, see, if you see the report here, you have all the concerns in the advanced screening. The third picture, if you are able to see, you have all the concerns written over here, and you can read the report of the child. Based on these concerns, your next part comes. That is the intervention part. When we are talking about the intervention, we actually provide you plans, the teaching plans, the intervention plans for the child, and these are actually the classroom intervention plans. They don't require any pull out or 101 session with the child. So if I talk about this phase, we start with orienting you. We just give you information how it has to be done. Once you submit the case study, that means once you complete the advanced screening of the child. So after the advanced screening, you will enter this phase. Here you are able, you are allowed to work with the child. You get your case studies. That is in the app itself. Again, you create your own case studies when you add a child, and you start working with the child. So teaching plans, education plans will be shared to you for every child. Whatever concerns the child has been found that the child is having these concerns on in this, you will get all the plans. A special educator or a psychologist will be mapped with you, who can guide you if you have any problem. Suppose you're not understanding the plan, or if you see that the plan is uh, requires some more strategies, okay, anyway, any kind of help you require, you can connect with us, and within 3 months to 6 months you'll see a change in the child, and that we call as the success in the child. And please share your success stories of the intervention. So yeah. So moving forward, so if I was talking about the plan. So when you click on the intervention, all the domains will be available to you. From the domain, you can select reading, suppose. So you can select academic. Under academic, you can select reading, and this way the concerns will be visible to you. Under the concern, there is a clickable part, that is read plan. When you click on the read plan, the plan opens in front of you. So right hand side of the picture is showing is of the plan. The plan has four headers: concern, goal, accommodation, and steps to teach. So when we talk about the concern, it is exactly the same concern that you have identified when you did the advanced screening of the child. So once you identify the concern, so this concern will have a goal written with it. Goal actually means the goal is has to be achievable. Maybe whatever the concern is, it is not 100% achievable. So the goal can be something which is achievable. Then we talk about the accommodation, means the flexibilities that can be given in the classroom, means small changes that can be brought in the classroom, in your teaching learning material, or in the your instruction methods, or in the assessment methods, or in whatever things. Suppose curriculum also, certain accommodations can be changed, the question paper can be modified. So these are the accommodations. When we talk about the steps to teach, these are the strategies that we use to teach the child. These are the all are the classroom strategies that you can use while you are teaching the other children. You can use these strategies so that the child with a special need is benefited and his or her learning improves. So this way you will get plan for every child. Now, in the beginning also we have seen that there are other courses also. These courses will be available to you at this point of time. These courses are process of learning, reading process and strategies, handwriting process and strategies, mathematical process and strategies. So these courses are very, you can say, much informative. They gives you insight of how reading is developed, what are the basic reason why a child doesn't learn to read. So it gives you all the information, and it also gives you detailed strategies that you can use to teach reading to a child. So these are very much beneficial courses which you can do. These courses doesn't have any certificate, these are for your learning purpose. So I'll show you a video of phase 3 course.
Chapter 1, Brain and Learning. Through the course of Project Inclusion in Phase 1, you have studied in detail about neurodevelopmental disorders, specific learning disability, autism, and intellectual disability, along with the academic challenges faced by children with each of these conditions. Through this phase, we will understand what the reasons are for their academic challenges and how, with strategies, we can work towards inclusion. A school's primary focus is academic learning, and in a classroom, there will be different kinds of learners. For some children, learning academic concepts is easy and effortless. Some are average learners, while others face challenges, especially children with disabilities. Why are there differences in learning? For this, we need to understand where and how learning happens. Where does learning take place? The obvious answer to the above question is the brain, and it is important for us to know a little about how the brain is involved in learning. Neurodevelopmental disorders are caused by impairments in the growth and development of the brain. Due to these impairments, learning gets affected and becomes a challenge for such children. A number of specific parts of the brain play a role in reading, writing, and math, which are the core fundamentals of education. In order to be effective teachers and parents, we must understand how the brain influences the development of these skills. Let's take an example of the areas for reading in the brain. Here is the image of the brain, which shows the cortex part. It is made up of lobes. When we read a word like book, it activates the occipital lobes of our brain like any other visual stimuli. This visual area instantly analyzes the feature of the word and then moves to the part of the brain for word analysis and sound symbol connection, where the word book will be analyzed into sound, which is b, u, k. Again, the temporal lobe, as we can see, will help promote language comprehension and also reading comprehension. As we can see here, that different areas of the brain are involved in writing as well as performing mathematical calculations.
So this is a sample video which is present in the third phase. The course is present in third phase, so you can go through them. They are very informative, and it will help you understand the learning process of the child and plan our education system. Okay, now let's understand the complete journey with Project Inclusion. The first we do the course, then we do the initial screening, that is the screening one, then fill the profiler of the child. After that, we move to advanced screening. Once the advanced screening is done, we understand the affected domains and the concerns. Then we can move to the intervention part where we adopt a child. Adoption here, we actually refer that you agree to work with a child, and once you start working with the child, of course after some time, maybe after 2 months, 3 months, even sometimes the cases are such that you can see a difference in the child within a month also. So you record your work in any form, in the form of video, in the form of pictures, whatever the activity is. Based on that, you can record your work. What was the initial level when you started working with a child? What is the present level when you have used your interventions with the child? And then you create your success story and share with us. We publish your work, and we also felicitate teachers on their achievements. So time and now, whenever there is a felicitation program, you can be a part of it because of your success stories. If we talk about the reach, how far we have reached, the orientation is concerned, we have given orientation to more than 3.5 lakh teachers, out of which 1.6 lakh teachers have already registered on our Project Inclusion app, out of which the LMS registration is more than 1.26 lakh, and out of which 64,000 teachers have already completed the course. So this number is definitely going to increase very soon. So now, this is the WhatsApp support number. Please save this number. We are also sharing the number in the chat box for you to save it. This number is available 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, for any kind of doubt, any kind of issue you are facing. You can also mail us at support.pi@orosociety.org. So these two connections, you can say contacts us, are available with you anytime. You can connect with us from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Please save this number. Okay, so this is the QR code. You can download the app if you have not downloaded. If you want, you can also go to the Play Store and download the app. For the iOS user, and if you want to do on the desktop or the laptop, we are sharing a web link. Now, with that web link, you can do the course in the iOS, or you can also do the course using your laptop or desktop. Now, this is something we always talk about, that is the doubt clearing session. These doubt clearing sessions are conducted every week, Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. The link of the doubt clearing session has been shared with you in your chat box. Please save that link because the link always remain the same. Whatever kind of doubt you have, it is regarding the app or regarding any other functionality in the app, or if it is regarding a child or something you are not able to understand in the course, some you need a more clarity about a concept. So for any kind of doubt, you please join us in the doubt clearing session and connect with us. So we have our teams over here. So we have the technical team. We also have our special educators and psychologists in this doubt clearing session who will help you with your doubt. So with this, we come towards the end of the session. Now, I would request the teachers, if you have doubts, please feel free to ask whatever doubt you have from today's session, or you want to understand something better, then please feel free and ask. Anyone is having any doubt, you want to ask something, or you want to understand something, you can unmute and ask. I can see so many hands raised over here. Do you have any doubt? Teachers, we have shared a link for the WhatsApp group where you can join us so that you are updated for every you can say thing, even the all the uh, whatever links and everything we have done today, we have shared with you. These all also will be shared in the WhatsApp group. So it is requested that all of you please join the WhatsApp group. We can see that some teachers have joined. The others are also requested to please join the WhatsApp group so that you are updated with everything. Any kind of update will be shared in the WhatsApp group. Some teachers have already joined the WhatsApp group, others also are requested to join it. Any teacher is having any doubt, otherwise we'll be ending the session today.
Yes, good afternoon, Rashmi ma'am.
Good afternoon, Rohit. So can we end the session? I think there is no doubt, nobody is asking anything.
Uh, yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, and also I would request, first of all the teachers to register in the application that the link has been shared with you all. And in the WhatsApp group, you will be receiving all the important links of the doubt clearing session with the application link and everything. And also, thank you so much, Rashmi ma'am, for such a wonderful session. And
Thank you so much.
yes, thank you, ma'am. And I would also thank all the respected teachers who had been here with us through YouTube and also Google Meet, and all the respected officers and special educators. And, ma'am, one concern I have received from the department that due to network issue at over there, many teachers couldn't join the session. So, if required, we can also organize it once more. So, for the teachers, those who haven't unable to join here. And yes, thank you so much.
Devashish, we will also be sharing the recording of this session.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Sure, sure. So
Okay.
yes,
So
thank you so much, everyone, and thanks for joining with us. Thank you. So, respected teachers, now you can get back to your work. And thank you for being here with us for an hour and giving your valuable time to us. I hope you have understood the complete session and complete program. And if there is any kind of queries, you can directly contact with us through the WhatsApp group or to the customer support number. So, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.